Who says you can't have gourmet pizza while camping?
Hi, I'm Neil.
And I'm Kirsten.
And together
We're roaming Oz Adventures.
So what are we doing this weekend, babe?
This weekend we're getting away for a little while, doing a very easy four-wheel drive trek. Yep. We're going to camp tonight at Dingo Dell, and then we're going to come out tomorrow via Kanangra Walls.
Out that way?
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Should be. We're on Mount Morong Road. We're about to turn left onto Banshee Road. Banshee Road is the start of the dirt. We haven't aired down yet. We'll probably do that shortly. See what the road conditions are like. But it looks like a good weekend for an overnight camp.
Sure does.
This is a really easy four-wheel drive trek. Really, you shouldn't even need to go out a high four on this one. We're doing it in reverse to the direction we drove when we did the Urandri trek. So we're coming from the west and coming out on the eastern side. We've got the creek crossing at Dingo Dell where we're going to camp, and then you've got the Kowmung River crossing. They should be fun. So we're coming to where we're going to leave Banshee Road, and we're turning on to Banshee's Hill Road, which is a veer to the right, and it's a very well-defined road.
And it's entering the Blue Mountains National Park.
We are entering it from. So no dogs allowed on this trek because you're all in the national park. One of the great things about this trek, or this campsite, it's very quick to get to, because where you enter the national park, it's only 10 kilometres.
Yes.
And very easy driving.
Yeah, makes it a very good weekend getaway.
It does. It's suitable for soft roaders. There are gates that can be locked in bad conditions, or if the tracks or the rivers are in flood.
Yes.
So check those online before you come out, just in case. Down the last hill,
yep,
into the little valley. It's only a very small valley where Dingo Dell Campground is, and I was hoping the wind might have abated down in the valley, but it does look like that we're still going to cop the wind down here. This campground you do have to book online. There's only 5 official campsites here. It's only $6 a night at the moment. That might change, who knows. So we booked this one last night, and it did look like there was someone else.
Yeah, there was another. Does look like there was another booking there.
Well, we'll see. Basically, coming down the last hill into the little valley that holds Dingo Dell Campground. I believe the creek that flows through here is Tuglow Hole Creek.
From memory, that sounds correct.
Yeah. Hoping there's a reasonable amount of water in it, but we'll find out soon. You do have to book this campsite online. It is not a free camp. Well, it's free camping, but there's a booking fee of $6.
Yeah, which is just the national parks fee.
Yep, and there's only 5, I think, official campsites you can book down here, so we will see if anyone else is camping tonight.
Yeah.
So we are set up at Dingo Dell. We've set up right down near the creek, or just up from the creek. How pretty is that? You can actually go and swim in it, but we've had a cold snap come through and it is freezing. So got our tent set up there. It's drying out from last night because it was a bit of a dewy night last night. Someone's left some firewood for us. Kitchen set up. Kirsten has set up a nice fruit platter there. We are going to have ourselves a fruit platter. Home sweet home. So the sun's starting to go down and it's starting to get a bit cooler. I got some heat beads under a few sticks here that we're getting ready. Tonight we're going to be doing camp oven pizza for dinner. Been a while since we've done that. We've done plenty of other things recently, but I think we're going to try pizza in the camp oven tonight. So get these heat beads ready, get the camp oven on, and good to go. Kirsten's making up the pizzas at the moment, and I'm just preheating the camp oven. The heat beads are on the bottom and on the top, just warming up inside. Got a trivet inside there for the pizza to sit on. Yeah, it's going to make a mess inside there. Doesn't matter. Going to be yummy pizza.
Well, we've just put our toppings on our pizzas. We're now going to stick them one at a time into the camp oven. Should take about 10 minutes or so. And soon we'll have a very nice pizza. In it goes. A few minutes from now, we should have a pizza. The temperature is dropping, the sun's set, so we've got the fire going to keep us a bit warm, and it is just lovely. There's only one other couple camping here at Dingo Dell tonight, which is almost like having the camp place to yourself. It's just a lovely, lovely campsite for us, and really looking forward to another nice evening here. Alright, let's check this pizza, see how it's going. It is looking pretty good there. I think it might be about ready. Alright, hoping that I don't make a mess of getting this pizza out of here. There we go. It's looking pretty good. I might just grab that bit of capsicum from there. We'll put a second one in. Let's go cut this one up. Well, taste test, how is it?
I've had some good pizzas, but this is amazing.
Campfire pizza?
Can't beat it.
Well, how good was camp oven pizza?
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, first time, it turned out really good.
Yeah, no, it's good. Very yummy.
Yeah, the temperature has dropped a little bit more here, so...
More than a little.
And the breeze has picked up a bit.
Again.
But we might just stay here by the fire for a little bit longer. The night sky is amazing. It's a crystal clear night and...
No clouds.
Yeah, so many stars.
And we're going to be going to sleep by the sound of the creek running literally just down there, which is going to make it colder tonight, potentially, but it is a little way down.
Just such a nice sound too, though. So.
But we're still only here with one other couple, and nobody else came in, so
so
we can't hear them. So it turns out they live about 15 minutes from us.
Yeah, they're locals
to us,
which is kind of cool.
But yeah, it's a brilliant campsite to come to because it hardly ever gets crowded.
No, that's right.
You can go for a paddle in the creek if it's warm enough.
Yeah, and if you want to go for a bit of a hike, you can hike right down to the Kowmung from here, which is
long
kind of
creek
cool.
here. But yeah, look, even in the dead of winter, which this is not. This is like shoulder season
Yeah, we're in autumn at present.
Autumn, but it's still very nice.
Yeah. So we might have a port, admire the night sky for a bit longer, and our bush TV that we've got turned on here.
And we might head to bed shortly.
So we'll catch you guys in the morning.
See you in the morning. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Coffee sorted, tea sorted. Very mild night. It literally, when we went to bed, it was about 7.5 degrees. We woke up this morning, it was 7.5 degrees. But it only dipped like 0.5 degree last night because it was so windy. It was just a howling wind on and off all night, so that was a bit...
Did keep the dew off the tent though.
It
so we
did.
just have got a nice dry tent this morning. Breakfast. What's happening?
I think we're going to do some bacon and eggs. I've got some mushrooms, got some avocado, got some nice bread. So
very nice. Looking forward to that.
I think that's what we're going to be doing this morning. So finish this coffee off, get some breakfast going, and then we'll pack up and continue this trek out to the main road that goes out to Kanangra Walls, which is where we're going to finish this one.
Yeah.
a really nice quiet campsite. Definitely worth considering if you're looking for somewhere to go that you got a four-wheel drive, not hard, but a two-wheel drive, not recommended.
Suitable, no.
So anyway, we'll get some breakfast on and get packed up and get back on the road.
Yep. And in short order, breakfast is done. Let's go eat.
All packed up, ready to go, just heading out and going to do the creek crossing as we head up towards the Kowmung Fire Trail. Easy creek crossing.
Yeah.
Nothing difficult at all. Bit of a sploosh. Simple as that. And we start our climb up towards the Kowmung, so easy peasy. So after you leave camp, it's a bit of a steady climb up the Kowmung River Fire Trail before you then make the descent back down to the Kowmung itself.
Yeah, it is a very, very good track.
It is. Compared to what it was like many years ago, it was a pretty full-on four-wheel drive trek, this one, but it certainly has been improved a lot.
Yes.
And being early in the morning, you haven't got harsh sun, and it's just a pretty drive.
It is. Do you have to keep your eye out for a bit of wildlife?
Yes. Anyway, we'll show you the drive as we go. Just went through the gate at the top of the descent down to the Kanangra River and that river crossing. Before you come out, if you're going to come this way, you need to check the National Parks website, because
make sure gates are open.
if the river is flooded after rain, they do shut the gates, and it does flood, and for extended periods. So don't be disappointed. Check their website.
Yes.
And make sure that it is possible to get through and back up the other side. It's only literally 1 kilometre or so down to the Kowmung River. That's a fun crossing. Depends on whether they've had a flood, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty drive.
Yes.
So we've just done the descent down to the Kowmung. We're just doing the turn down into the river itself. We'll see how cut up this is, because this side can be very cut up. Just one rock. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's been through this morning. The water is clear. It looks pretty sedate. Always a fun one. Very easy crossing. And then we start the ascent straight away back up to the top.
Yes, we do. Now, as with any river crossing, you do always need to check the depth if you can't see the bottom of it. Better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. And that one's pretty shallow at the moment.
It is.
So we're just going to start our ascent up the other side. Gets a bit steep, but nothing hard. We just went over a water bar or jutta bar, whatever you want to call them, and it was severely cut on the other side, and normally we would have bottomed out on that with the amount of weight we've got, but we've just recently upgraded the suspension to the Hammer 4x4 off-road suspension, and we never bottomed out. It actually went over and held us very well, so very impressed.
Yeah.
Loving the new suspension. It has made a big difference when we're away and off-road. When we are loaded up so much, we haven't literally bottomed out on anything.
Yeah, you don't feel it nearly as much as what we did with the stock suspension.
Not at all.
This is a very, very worthwhile upgrade.
Definitely. So as you are up on top, you are going to come to a fairly prominent T-intersection. So you have two choices. You can go left, and that'll take you straight out on a very easy fire trail to the road that gets back to Oberon, Nolan Caves, or to the right to the Boyd River Campground and Kanangra Walls. Or you can go right at that intersection, and again it's a fire trail, but there is a challenging creek crossing.
Yes.
So up to you if you're up to some more creek crossings and that may be a bit more challenging than what we've already done. Go right, if not, go left.
We might go right.
I think we'll go right.
We'll have a look.
It's
Creek
been a
crossing's
while.
always a bit of fun. It has been a while since we've done that one, so
Yeah.
we might go and check it out, see how we go.
Yeah. Let's give it a go.
Okay.
So because we didn't like the look of a really high prominent rock right at the beginning, didn't want to smash a diff on that, we built it up a little bit, and it should make it a lot easier. This one is a lot deeper than the Kowmung, probably at least twice as deep. Still not dramatically deep, but yeah, it's still a lot deeper.
It's significantly deeper.
And again, if you don't feel it's within your abilities, don't do it. You don't have to. We're doing this because it's a bit of fun.
And the other thing is, if you're unsure, walk it first.
That's it, exactly. Should have bought a fishing rod. Could have stopped in the middle and gone for a fish. There we go, easy peasy. Like Kirsten said, any creek crossing, if you're unsure of the depth, check it first.
Yeah.
Give it a walk, take a stick, and make sure it's within the depth abilities of your vehicle.
Sometimes also that's useful because there might be hidden rocks that you haven't seen, or a hidden hole that you haven't seen.
Or a very soft bottom that could bog you down, and you don't want to get stuck in the middle of a creek or a river.
Yeah.
Well, we're only a very short distance from the main Kanangra Road, which for us is the end of this weekend trek. Really easy. You don't have to do that last creek crossing. You can go out to the left and go straight out to the same road.
It was just a bit of fun.
Yeah, easy four-wheel driving for the most of it. Great camping there at Dingo Dell.
Yes,
very quiet. So if you've enjoyed this video, give it the thumbs up.
Definitely give it a thumbs up.
Give it a hype. If you've been there before or you go, drop us a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback on what you thought.
Yes.
And of course, if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing.
Yeah.
So we're just about to meet up with the Kanangra Road that to the left takes you back to the Boyd River Campground, to the right takes you out to Kanangra Walls.
Yep.
We are going to go left because we're spending tonight at Boyd River Campground.
Yeah.
So hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.